I know I am.
Hey, sweet, what's up? Welcome, welcome to the premiere of FPV Tea. We're gonna be brewing up some sweet FPV Tetley for you, and hopefully we know what we're doing here. I don't know what I'm doing here. Anyway, so I felt the evolvement of Farmlands FPV into a new direction, and FPV Tea is where it's at. We're going to have some discussions on hardware, newbie stuff. We're going to talk about FPV anomalies. We're going to cover technical troubleshooting issues. Basically what we're going to do is just going to have a good time and keep the FPV chats going, and competitions. I've got some good ideas up in my head just to keep the community going. We're entering the mundane season of FPV where it's getting cold. Some people maybe are only fair weather flyers, but I think that if we've got some competitions going, just some simple stuff, that we can have a good time this winter. Anyways, my hopes are to get monetizing these videos on YouTube and take that money directly to put it into contest prizes. I think that would be ideal. I think that'd be a good way to get more people going. So yeah. Anyways, let's start this off right by getting down to the nitty gritty. By the way, this morning I'm drinking some black English tea. So yeah. Where do we go with the first FPV conversation? Why don't we get started? I'll start. I'm the only one here, man. All right. Let me get this started by how I got into this rabbit hole, never-ending rabbit hole of adrenaline chasing. By the way, I'm not going to judge you if you've replaced an old, drug habit with FPV. That's totally legit. Last November, so almost a year ago now, I bought myself a Holy Stone drone. And I flew it. I liked it. I thought it was cool. It had GPS lock, blah, blah, blah. I flew it too far one night, and off into the forest it went, and down into the river it went. I found that drone, got it back, and took it apart. I'm an SMD rework specialist, so water damaged electronics was nothing new to me. I put it through the paces, immediately got it back and working, but decided it wasn't the drone for me and sent it back for a refund. Working, and nobody's going to know, so that's neither here nor there. I got into researching Mavic Minis and decided to pull the trigger on a Mavic Mini. And so that was really my first good drone. And I thought I was a drone pilot right out of the gate because the thing was so easy to fly. I immediately wanted to make myself a channel. I immediately wanted to make myself a business and start making money from this stuff. And I guess, I don't know, maybe everybody was like that. I had this balls to the wall feeling of being a drone pilot extraordinaire. And for the most part in my circle, and I wasn't able to find anybody around, I was getting I didn't know where else to post. I had no drone communities to post in, so I was posting in my community news pages and stuff like that. So that was fun, and I was getting lots of views and stuff, and I managed to get up a decent amount of subscribers that way. And then I found some newbie channels on Facebook for like newbies to drones, and it was like, it was all for guys who had gotten their first Mavic Minis, or like they're all playing with toy drones, and they're all looking to spend like, under $200 controller, drone, everything, like the whole works, you know, included. And let's not even talk about goggles. These people aren't even. That's not even a thing on these pages. So, and I didn't know about it. So I joined these groups and started posting in there, and became pretty popular really quick because I really exploited the limits of the Mavic Mini and posted videos about it and thought, you know, I was doing cool stuff. And then one day, I was trying to make a video of an abandoned place here in Woodstock, and I broke so many propellers, and then eventually broke an arm trying to fly through this, you know, small hole for the I don't know, for the footage, for the coolness of the footage. You know, I was flying through this broken hole in a wall, and it would be cool to go through it and emerge on the other side. And I had to do like 10 takes trying to get through this hole. I never actually made it through the hole. I ended up using my hand at the edge of the hole and going through it and editing it all together to make it kind of look like I popped through the other side. But it didn't really happen. And I ended up with a broken Mavic Mini in the end. So, yeah, that was number one. Then I ordered arms to repair it and stuff, and got into repairing it myself, and that was cool. And then what happened, a goose got angry when I was flying, you know, too close to his nest or something. I was flying over this pond, and he just got up off of the banks and decided to come right at it. Took it right into the water, like right into the middle of the pond. So in there it lies. Yeah, we never really did get that back. But we do have plans to go and retrieve that at some point. Anyway, so that was the end of the Mavic Mini, and so I bought a brand new one because I was hooked like I had a needle in my arm, hooked. Not that I know what that's like, but I see people who do that and they're hooked. So, needless to say, I was hooked, and the money came out of my account, and there we have a new Mavic Mini within days. So back up in the air, and it wasn't much more than a week where I decided to try and make some quick maneuvers and duck underneath a goalpost of an empty soccer net for some good footage of a park that I was making for the city page. And I don't know what was happening. I don't know if I was going too fast full throttle and it wasn't descending enough. I don't know if it wasn't responding at all. I certainly wasn't too far away. I was only within 100 meters of the drone or less. And I smacked the top of the goalpost right in the gimbal. Like, it couldn't have been any more square in the gimbal. And it went flying into pieces. There were pieces of drone, just pieces of gimbal, pieces of ribbon cable. I didn't break any arms on that one, surprisingly. Everything else was intact, but the gimbal being the most expensive piece to replace and repair and difficulty level. Yeah, no. Terrible situation. But I bought the replacement anyway. The replacement gimbal, which was somewhere in the area of, oh gosh, I want to say $200 plus shipping. So like $250 in the end, and then I put my own time and labor into it, and only to find out that they had some crazy pairing issue going on with the gimbal main board and the gimbal and the main board on the drone it came from. It had some serial number pair, and to override that on a new repair, you needed proprietary DJI software, which you couldn't get unless you were a proper affiliate or whatever, however that works, and I couldn't get that, so I had a gimbal stuck error all the time. It was always stuck to the side. Didn't want to do anything, and then it would give me motor overload. So, because I was within my time frame of warranty or return, because I bought that one as a refurb through Amazon. I just sent it back for a refund and turned around and bought a brand new Mavic Mini again. This time at a Best Buy. So that one I still have, and I'm probably going to sell it soon, but there we have it. Just 1 second here. I somehow stumbled upon some amateur's video flying a tiny whoop with a recording through his DVR goggles. He was just sitting at some park and he was just flying through trees, and in hindsight he wasn't very good, but or he was, he was novice or a beginner. But this was my first time ever seeing an FPV pilot with goggles on flying a drone, and I thought, gosh, that must be really difficult. And I watched the video, and he, he went through a tree gap, and he just kind of, went up and through it, and I thought, how the heck did he see where he was going? Because he was on an analog screen, right? But, it was clear enough, and he was, he was really ripping around, and I thought, man, what does it take for you to become that good on that kind of a video feed? I was really shocked. And so, and you know how YouTube works. I started watching that one, and then, there were other suggestions for FPV stuff, and it wasn't long before I ran into like, gosh, who was the first one? I think maybe Bonkers FPV might have been the first video that got linked over that I watched. Somebody flying like a 5-inch with a GoPro on it and doing some crazy stuff. Like, to me, it was just absolutely out of this world crazy what people were doing. Power loops. What the heck is a power loop? Look at them roll. Look at that split S. Or they're, and they're calling out whatever it is they're doing in some of these videos. And I just didn't understand. And I thought that these people were the elitist of RC. Just, we're not worthy. I'm not worthy. And that led to video after video after video after video. And I thought, man, and that's, kind of stuck in my head for a bit. And I would fly my Mavic Mini around more cautiously now, but wishing that, I could do more with it. It just didn't respond the same. It was only for cinematics. It could only do what it could only do. And then one day I started looking into buying another drone, and I was looking into buying yet another cinematic drone. I was looking at getting into the Otal Evo 2, spending that $2,000. And for what? And then I saw in the bottom right corner in a bunch of little ads, there was an FPV drone. It was the Wizard 220X. It had a FlySky controller with it, and a pair of box goggles that didn't work. And the ad said that it didn't work, but the kid only wanted like, I don't know, $180 for it or something real cheap. And he said he would demonstrate it working and everything. So I went over there, and I had a quick demonstration, and it was exactly what I was seeing in the videos that these guys, these quads and these controllers that these guys had, and the way they were flying it. So I picked it up, and that was when I entered the rabbit hole. See you later. Bye. Well, that was actually my wallet going down the rabbit hole. Yeah, so I don't know, man. That thing crashed. Oh, I don't know. It crashed until it was. There's nothing left of it. I can show you some videos of my first flights that looked like this. Going around in circles around a tree, trying not to crash. Yeah. and then, you know, it led to me being able to do videos like this. So that was fun and exhilarating, and as soon as I learned how to do stuff like that, I, you know, didn't want to ever come down out of the sky. So it got me hooked. And then you know, a whole story for another day is how did I start Farmlands FPV, and that was really, you know, more or less me wanting to be a generous person with what I had and get to know some new people and gather up some new friends by sharing what I had. So I definitely did that, and it was a big success all summer. The people that I had out here to do flying have been super incredible. Every single person I've met has been A1. So actually, I'll just use this time right now to give a shout out to some of my boys. Steve, I know you're probably going to be watching this, and Cody, you're out there too. Jay, what's up, buddy? Jay is the season 1 of our group. He's been flying the longest, I think. Who else needs some honorable mentions out there? Jason Ellis from Fanshawe out there. What's going on, buddy? I hope you're all watching right now. I hope I haven't left anybody out. Throw another shout out to Paris Junction. Mateo out there. He's always hooking us up with stuff when we need it. And I can't forget my buddy Thomas from the Tom John channel. Guys, if you haven't seen him fly, you gotta check it out and make sure you're wearing your Depends or whatever you got handy to sit on. He's been an inspiration to me. A bit of a push to do the vlog thing. I feel like an idiot, but some of you other guys out there have seemed to enjoy listening to me chat, so let's go with it and see where it takes us, right? Anyways, that brings us to the end of our premiere edition of FPV Tea. Thanks for coming. We'll have a nice fresh brew for you next time.
Suddenly in the distance they heard the sounds of a village.
Children are unpredictable.
Yo, what's up, baby? Yeah, that's right. Give me some chocolate loving.
That shit was pretty fun. I like it. I hope you're feeling good. 'Cause I know I am.